One of the interesting things we want to talk about in today's session is how can an ordinary practitioner develop their mind in a way leading to gain srimentary or nibbana. And the important point here is that nibbana is something that can be developed across stages. And so the first thing comes first, that is srimentary. And essentially, what is important to kind of understand is that the practice leading to stream entry, middle mind training, is an essential component that can support someone to develop a mind state, a balanced mind state. And it is related to how you are thinking and how you think and understand yourself and the world. So the practice leading to Srimantri or Nibbana requires training the mind to understand beyond ordinary ways of understanding self and the world. So the entire practice is about understanding self and the world based on Buddha and Buddha's Dhamma. So to expand this a little bit, let us explore some of the ordinary ways of thinking and think how can someone train their mind in a way beyond ordinary ways of thinking to experience peace and balanced state of mind. One of the common ordinary ways of thinking includes seeking satisfaction through worldly experiences and setting targets with an attached mind state in an endless manner. For example, a child is encouraged to work towards finishing school. An adult is encouraged to get a job or career. An old person is encouraged to retire, consisting of slowing activities down and ultimately death. So, having such goals is one thing, but getting too much distress about goals with an underlying tendency to think that a person can retain worldly experiences with stability, tendency to get too attached to them in one's mind, liking, disliking, or expecting too much out of such goals and worldly experiences is another thing. Simply having goals will not create mental distress. Instead, having too much likes, dislikes, and expectations to worldly experiences, a mind that grabs goals too much or touches the goals too much in the mind can cause a person to experience mental suffering. This having goals and working for them is not the root cause of mental suffering. The root cause is a mind that has too many expectations and too many likes and dislikes towards worthy life. In this manner, based on ordinary ways of thinking, an untrained mind can struggle to find happiness and satisfaction in worldly experiences. However, if you can try and understand, it is meaningless to experience mental pain over things that are inevitably changing anyway. You can train and reframe your thoughts to experience happiness in each new moment, irrespective of circumstances, to maintain a balanced mind and retain and extend worldly happiness through middle way that is subject to each person. If we were to explore another example, based on standard ways of thinking, a child may be encouraged to think, I can become happy when I will become an adult and have a career. A young adult may be encouraged to think, I can become happy when I will finish my degree. An older person may think, I can become happy when I will retire, all based on ordinary ways of thinking. And if you were to think a bit about it, so these are things that people think they can be happy based on what they will experience in future. That is because they kind of seem to struggle to find happiness within whatever things they have for now. And so based on ordinary ways of thinking, from childhood, people are encouraged to seek satisfaction in things that they do not have. So that encourage them to look again and seek again until they get exhausted about such things. And ordinary ways encourage people to think of things they should gain in times that are yet to come. So again, people are encouraged to seek and seek until they feel exhausted in seeking. In this manner, ordinary standards encourage people to continuously seeking instead of finding happiness within what they have in mind. Ordinary ways of thinking and standards, including conventions, encourages you to grasp into world experiences in your mind again and again. As this goes as a thinking cycle, based on ordinary ways, since birth, everyone seems to get stuck in a system of thinking that tricks them into a cycle of pain and binds them again and again. In this manner, since birth, everyone follows a common way of thinking. Yet, at some point of over time, some people realize that they experience mental pain or mental pressure in their lives when trying to keep up with common ways of thinking and doing. At that point, they may look up for ways in which they can reduce mental pain, and some may seek nibbana. Oh, and the way to gain in nibbana, once again, is actually kind of understanding how these ordinary ways of thinking can produce suffering, given the fact that things in worldly life are subject to change. When someone tries to grab hold into changing things, essentially it is not always possible to retain them. Because of that, the suffering comes. However, if applied wisdom, it can be easy to understand that it is not wise to cling into things that someone cannot retain. Therefore, let go of things that are gone, not too much worrying about what yet to come. Setting goals, yet not too much liking or disliking or having too much expectations to any kind of worldly life. By being happy with whatever you have, not so much touching worldly experiences in mind, to enjoy every moment of life and to be happy with small things as whatever the thing that you have for now. Focusing on finding solutions for things that need finding solutions without worrying too much over worldly life experiences, as this is a wise thing to do. Middleway training is a helpful practice that ordinary practitioners can develop within their daily life. In this manner, by understanding Buddha's Dhamma, you can cross the ordinary ways of thinking. Based on your life experiences, if you understand that conventions and worldly experiences are subject to change, this realization is the first step towards understanding. Then, if you understand that things that begin come to end in worldly life, that is the natural and universal functioning of all beings. Therefore, you will realize that clinging to changing things lead to experiencing mental pain, which is hard to endure and not worthwhile. This realization is the second step of understanding. Given that things are changing anyway within worldly life, letting go of grasping changing experience is a wise thing for the well being of yourself and others so that you can become a happy person, and happier person with a stable mind can share happiness and stability with others. This is the third step of understanding. These three steps can help an ordinary practitioner to develop middle mind training. Although Nibbana is not the middle mind training, meaning middle mind training is not the only directly contributing factor that is leading to Nibbana, it is a key aspect of Nibbana. Nibbana is shaped by one's wisdom to practice middle mind training and one's merits that can be gained by attending to Triple Gem, engaging in wholesome activities, and becoming a good person. And to become a good person, one needs to kind of think and reduce pride, hatred to yourself and others, treating people differently or self, and reduce clinging to conventions and social practices. Instead, to become a good person while looking after self and others. And wisdom is required to think beyond standard ways of thinking and to practice middle mind training. Merit allows to catch up from the middle mind training to gain into Nibbana that is happening at the universal level. Therefore, the direct practice leading to stream entry is reducing fetters, self view, conventions, and doubts, and developing confirmed confidence in the Triple Gem. That just because attending the Triple Gem allows someone to develop merits that requires and helps a person to gain Nibbana, that allows someone to escape one's sufferings and samsara.